Hey guys, welcome back. So I've been using the Logitech G502 gaming mice for 8 years now, pretty much since their launch. I think it was back in 2014. Don't quote me on that, but I've been using it for a long time. And they've made changes to it, G502 Hero or whatever. They just keep upgrading the optical sensor on it, which is great. And I really like that they haven't changed the design or the feel of the mouse a whole lot. I never understood why it came with weights. Like, I don't think anyone ever used weights. Like, that thing always ended up in the trash can or in the box, never got used. Finally, this one, the G502X Plus, it doesn't come with weights in a box, so that's cool, right? So the G502X Plus is a wireless G502. For 2023, I wanted to upgrade, or not upgrade, but just change my mouse and my keyboard to something wireless. And I was, I tested a few different models and stuff like that. And obviously one of the first ones that made it to my desk was the G502. Now, the G502X Plus, even though it's just G502, it has the same button layout and stuff like that. They made some improvements and some physical design changes on the mouse that some I like, some I don't like. For example, let's start with what I don't like. I didn't like that they changed the shape a little bit to where it's longer. So, I have a relatively small hand and I play somewhat of a claw grip. So by making the mouse a little longer, it just felt like I'm just clicking like at the stiff end of the buttons, which I'm still able to click them fast enough and comfortably, but I did notice the feel was a little different, so it didn't take much to get used to it. Obviously, the love I have for this mouse, made me want to keep it and enjoy it. It has 5 physical buttons that I can access with my thumb and my index finger. My biggest thing one of the things I love most about this mouse is the wheel itself has side clicks on it on top of the regular click that for most FBI games used to throw a grenade and stuff like that. So with the side clicks, clicking right, you can program that to whatever you want, whether it's a macro, a keyboard, a stroke, or just another mouse click. Click left, you can program that independently from the right click. So that's pretty awesome. You can have 5 onboard profiles with this mouse. Now, let's talk about another really bad thing about this mouse and pretty much any Logitech product that's new for 2023. G-Hub. That is some sickening software to use. I don't know how to express my hate for that software. It's sickening. Logitech gaming software, it was so easy to customize your gaming, your onboard profiles. Just click on the onboard mode, set up your profiles, customize your mouse, and you're done. All you gotta do is, click the button to change the profile. If you had independent or individual colors for your profiles, exactly which profile you're in and stuff like that. But Logitech G-Hub makes it a nightmare. My goodness, is that a nightmare to use? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but that's the biggest con of this mouse is having to use G-Hub. Okay. Beautiful thing about this mouse is it comes in at 106 grams, which is not considered the lightest frame FPS mouse out there, but it doesn't feel heavy at all. I was comparing my if we talk about aim lab scores, where you can actually keep track of your progress, your aiming progress. I will set up a high score with this on any particular mode, and then I will use something like the Viper or the ROG Harp Ace Aim Lab Edition. I'll break the record, right? I'll go over. I'm like, oh my God, yes, so I'm making some progress. And then I'll switch back to this and break that record. And then I'll go back to this, and then I'm performing like on average without having to, break it, beat my own personal record. But performance-wise, I can get the same accuracy, the same amount of kills, the same performance between these two mouse. And this one is just a lot easier to use because it has more buttons. So, if I program 5 buttons on the side to, things like open up your map, open up your loot, push to talk, things like that, where you don't have, you can just free up your left hand for things like that. That, it makes your gameplay a lot more fluent, if that's the word. So you're more efficient with your hands. So, you get everything with, just a few clicks. The RGB mode is pretty cool. Like, I know you don't really look at this when you're gaming, but, if you're taking a nice clean photo of your setup and you have this next to your keyboard, it just looks so nice. But it doesn't, it doesn't do anything. At 106 grams, they're probably not sacrificing any features. Like I said, you get wheel clicks, you get RGB, you get programmable buttons, and the mechanical switches are rated for millions of clicks. One of the biggest things with Logitech G502 mice has been switch failure. Some of these switches just don't seem to last very long. I think the longest mouse that I had for about 2.5 years, almost 3, before the switch. Some of the switches started either double clicking or just getting stuck. Where to, if you're clicking, it doesn't. It felt like something was broken. I don't know if I dropped it or not, but just having that click feel off just completely will ruin your gameplay. So it's time to go out and get a new one. But we're gonna test out this G502 and see how it lasts, see how long it lasts without failures. It is a good idea to get, like, sometimes the store's extended warranty, just because if it lasts 2 years, if the warranty is for 2 years, that at year 2 you're getting a brand new mouse, because most of the time the product will be discontinued, and it's time to get a new one anyway. So getting those extended warranties for something like this is actually worth getting. Lastly, I want to talk about the wireless connectivity. Like some of the ROG Harp A's, you can connect with Bluetooth, wired, and RF. This one is only with RF. Logitech calls it Lightspeed Wireless, and it's pretty good. Within a reasonable distance, like I mentioned earlier, you don't have any interference or any issues with that. And I didn't test anything over 6 feet of distance. So that being that it's a wireless mode, let's say you put it in your living room and you're 10, 15 feet away, I'm not sure if you're gonna have any like latency issues or not. I didn't test for that, but so far within a reasonable distance of like 6 feet, I have no problems at all. And of course, anything RGB, you can customize the colors and stuff like that. The optical sensor is it's a Hero 25K sensor, which again, no one's gonna use that at 25K for competitive gaming. Most pros are between 800 and 1200, so that's where we're at with that. And let's see what Logitech has to say for themselves about this mouse. So it's latest addition to the legendary G502 lineage, reinvented with our first ever Light Force hybrid switches. We don't know how well those are gonna hold up. It's too new for any of us to pretty much try out. So, we'll just have to see what comes in the next few years. They keep making improvements, and that's good. It's just, one thing they gotta fix is G-Hub. Jesus Christ. Battery life, 130 hours, which is amazing. Wow, 130 hours. So, yeah. And that's with RGB off. If you turn on RGB, you're getting 37 hours, which is, it's decent. You get a full week pretty much. I also use this for work. So in Lightroom and Photoshop, I do have a separate profile, and I customize these buttons for my workflow. That's another reason why I just keep coming back to the G502. So That being said, for professional and gaming use, this is like the perfect mouse. And it's wired. Now it's wireless. What more do you want? So yeah. Last thing I want to close out with is that I am not sponsored in any way by Logitech. I bought this for personal use and I've been enjoying it, and I just want to share out my experience and, you know, why I keep coming back for this mouse and why you guys should probably give it a try. Now, if you're not a big fan of G-Hub, then now you don't have the option to use Logitech gaming software like you did on previous mouse. So even with the G502X, the wired mode, Logitech gaming software does not recognize this at all. So you are forced to use the G-Hub application to customize this mouse. That's horrible. But the mouse is great. It's worth fighting through that if you really like the mouse. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.